A top obstetrician has supported the call made by more than 100 doctors, nurses and midwives who have urged the Health Minister Stephen Donnelly to retain the 3-day wait before abortion. Dr. Trevor Hayes, a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, was critical of calls to scrap the period of reflection before abortion and says that it is standard practice to give patients time to consider any major procedure. He says that data shows the 3-day wait leads to fewer abortions.
Doctors, nurses and midwives have sent an open letter to Mr. Stephen Donnelly regarding the retention of the 3-day waiting regarding abortion. This is an extremely important period as it's a time of reflection and it safeguards the correct decision for the patient.
The 3-day wait, which was promised to voters in the run-up to the 8th Amendment referendum, means that women who are considering abortion are given a 72-hour period of reflection and offered counselling before committing to a decision of whether or not to terminate their pregnancy.
I disagree that the 3-day waiting period is paternalistic. If one gets any medical or surgical procedure, there is an inbuilt cooling off period where 3 questions have to be answered by the patient. 1, do I need this operation? 2, what are the benefits? And 3, what are the risks and complications? You need time, you need counselling, you need to reflect to make the appropriate decision.
Hayes is one of 106 Irish doctors who signed this letter after revelations from health authorities about the 3-day wait's impact. HSE statistics released to independent TD Carol Nolan indicate that an average of 1,000 women a year may change their mind about abortion during the 3-day wait period. This is based on the number of women who go for an initial consultation with a GP or clinic about procuring an abortion, but then fail to go through with the procedure in the end. In 2021, data shows that the state made 8,284 payments for initial consultations regarding abortion with GPs and clinics, but in that period, the number of completed abortions was recorded at 6,683, a difference of around 1,600. Doctors for Life and other groups say that this consistent pattern suggests that women change their minds when they have time to think, and that scrapping the 3-day wait period would radically increase the abortion rate. The 3-day wait was one of the key promises to voters during the 8th Amendment campaign, with then Taoiseach Leo Varadkar saying the month before the referendum that, quote, there will be a waiting period of 72 hours to allow for reflection and counselling, to allow for alternatives to be offered and considered. In addition, then Taoiseach Simon Coveney reinforced the same message at the time.
An informed consent protocol, which is what I'm asking for, is so important. That's why a pause period of up to 72 hours is also very important.
With pressure groups now urging the government to do away with the 3-day wait, Dr. Hayes says that if the government decides to scrap this policy, they will have reneged on their political promises to voters and to women.
In 2018, Simon Coveney and Leo Varadkar used the 3-day waiting period as a persuasive tool for voters to support the termination of pregnancy. I feel they have reneged on this political promise if indeed they wish to scrap the 3-day waiting period. This 3-day waiting period gave mothers time for reflection in their state of vulnerability to make their correct decision